What's the sticky issue?
Letting go of...
Talk about the pain in your life.
Yeah, the pain in my life, the physical manifestation in my body.
Pain.
Yeah.
What hurts?
My back from up here and all the way down the right leg.
Foot. Yeah, down to your foot.
Oh, yeah.
Feel it all the way down to
Oh,
your
yeah, yeah.
Like a burning pain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And numbness, too. No, it's very
feel
big.
The burning pain. The
Yeah.
numbness would be a gift. Okay,
Yeah.
let's just start with that. Good
Okay.
enough, right?
Sure.
Good enough. Oh, that hurts. Oh. Oh. All right, here we go. I'm starting to get, to be honest, this is my arm too.
Yeah, I've got some there,
Yeah,
too.
arm too.
My neck and all over.
The whole
Yeah.
It's really, really hurting.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, friends. Starting to dissolve my energy. Completing the merge. You see, the merge was already going, right? You get that, right? And I am being corrected in that I did not complete the merge. The merge is not an on-off switch. A merge is a process, you see. I can always get a deeper merge. I can have a better merge today than I've ever had before in all this 23 years, you see. It's possible. And then tomorrow I'll be able to do better. Checking all the way up and down pillar until like my fingers stick out into source above. I can feel that cool, minty, fresh breeze, and my fingers stick out into source below. Cool, minty, fresh breeze. Source above, source. There we go. All right, now we begin aligning our hearts with universal presence, drawing light and love. Straight into the front of the heart, filling it full to bursting with love, overflowing with love, releasing out the back in a river of love. A lot of strange sensations happening, just letting those sensations happen, letting these rivers flow through us and around us, front to back, through us and through our lives, swishing the rivers back to front and front to back, side to side, left to right and right to left, mixing it up, below the feet, above the head, all aspects of the heart chakra being involved in this clearing. Opening up the back of the heart now, connecting to that element of divine presence we're most personally comfortable with, finding it by feel, by vibration, drawing it into the back. It doesn't matter what it is. Christ consciousness, Buddha nature, something else entirely. Yours can be different than mine. We draw in that which is personally pure to each of us. And there we go. Letting the chakra once more expand with love, bulging, expanding, exhaling out the front. Now the river of love is flowing in the back and out the front. Oh, my eyes are starting to itch. That's significant. Through us, around us, through us and through our lives. Wow, itching eye. Wow, through us and through our lives. Through us and through our lives. Drawing the focus to that intersection of heart chakra and vertical channels and then shooting down. Through the center of the planet, through the center of the galaxy, to the center of the universe. Drawing up through us and around us now. Wow, itchy, itchy, itchy. Through us and through our lives, through us and through our lives, letting the river flow, earth to sky, earth to sky, earth to sky, earth to sky. Earth to sky, through us and through our lives, through us and through our lives, straightening the energy body, clearing, cleansing, running a little bit of a screen just to straighten. That's not what the problem is. Drawing the focus to the crown and through the crown. Connecting into source above, the rainbow of healing frequencies, drawing in all the healing frequencies we currently have access to, have ever had access to, will ever have access to in any lifetime. Drawing these through us and around us in a downward flow of love, letting the river flow sky to earth, sky to earth, sky to swishing the rivers top to bottom and bottom to top, creating turbulence, cleansing, clearing, drawing the focus to the intersection of heart chakra, and vertical channels popping immediately into a huge bubble of light and love. Oh wow, light beings are walking around on wires behind us, like trapeze wires, creating safe, sacred, private healing space, noticing the outside of the bubble, strong, light, bright, resilient, crackling with light, with love, with electricity. It's clear only beings that we invite in can join us, all others pass around. This is private, sacred healing space. Now, knowing that we're holding the entire planet at the intersection of heart chakra and vertical channels, private, sacred healing space means for the world. You see, it's not that we are separate from anything. We're all one here. We're all cells in the body of Earth. But we're surrounded by love and light, all of us, all the time. It's safe and sacred wherever we are. Wherever we are is safe, sacred, private healing space. Now asking for our guides, angels, healing beings to join us. Permission to do this work with Melissa today. Guidance, support, protection in the process. Thank you. Okay, Melissa, asking your higher self, your soul self, for permission to work in your energy body and with your guides. Feel free to place any... Whoa. There's the access. Thank you. I feel the access. Moving into the access. Asking the guides and angels to join us. Whoa. So what's up with your eyes? Like in the physical awareness, what's up with your eyes? Just any symptomology in your eyes? We're starting there.
Okay.
Nothing else has any integrity. So what I'm doing is just using a sharp point, working with the hologram of the energy body, finding whatever's up. I have to, regardless of what our intention is, there's no integrity for me to do anything except follow the signals, yes? And the signals are something massive in the eye.
Maybe in the inner eye.
We don't need to know right now that we may need to understand. There we go. Yeah, maybe the inner eye, indeed. Now I'm getting a lot of palpitation in the heart.
Okay.
As this, what this point in the energy body, as it releases, the point near the eye releases, palpitation in the heart begins. Just breathing through it, letting that release as well. Crown's expanding. And again, I'm noticing these light beings who are walking up and down these lines. Then the lines are going, they're not level. They're not level at all. They're walking down these lines, and they look circus-like, you know, these light beings. They've got the balance poles, and they're smiling, and they're just showing us, look what's up with these lines. So remembering that our work in class today is about working with space-time, the fabric of space-time. We get a thumbs up. We make the interpretation that they're showing us about the fabric of space-time, and the part that is relevant to your symptoms is just a wreck, a total wreck. There's no semblance of grid here at all. There's only some lines that are visible, and they're at these angles that are impossible to be. Those are not how they are supposed to be. They're supposed to be at right angles, a right-angled grid. So I can't even find most of them. There aren't even wires there. There's just like air where there's supposed to be wires. I can tell there's supposed to be wires, but there are no wires. So first things first, let's just acknowledge that. Let's see it clearly. There aren't even the wires there. Where are the wires that are supposed to be like? There's nothing to straighten except for those two really crookedy ones. But that's not where to start. I tried 3 times already to straighten those really crookedy ones, and that's not the place to start. The place to start is with what is not there, and to have it come into being. So we begin to just kind of sing almost, you know, like we're just going to sing, vibrate, to hold the pitch, hold the vibration.
Yes.
Hold the vibration of what's supposed to be here. And now kind of it's coming into form, like very ethereally, Just very faint lines. Just keep singing. We hold the pitch. You see, we hold the pitch. Who's got second sight? Who's watching this? Hands up. Who can see the wires? They're starting to come into being, like their essence. They're starting to take shape. Just hold the pitch. We sing it. We sing. We sing it into being. And we're singing the song of what is. You see? The song of what is. Yeah. So far they will hold a spider and nothing else. Good information to have. Clearly they're supposed to be strong enough to hold these trapeze artists. So we've got them in place, but they're strong enough to hold a spider, nothing else. That's obviously not the goal. So the song that we're singing brings them into being, but now the drums are needed too. So now we've got the drums going, and the drums add like power and strength to it. Boom, 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 boom. There. They're timpani drums. Timpani drums. That probably has significance. I'm sure that has significance. Everything has significance. Does anybody have any idea what the significant? What anybody know a timpani drum? Timpani, shout it out. What does a timpani drum mean? Okay, never mind. Moving on. Moving on. Big power. Timpani drums have power. They have power. They're not a high drum. You know, it's not a high vibration. It's a strong, powerful, low vibration. Earth.
Bass.
Earth.
Yes.
Earth. You can tune them. Thank you. They're tunable. Thank you. Deep drums that are tunable. So now let's get these. I'll beat the drums and you tune them, okay? And we'll get these lines to be strong. The drums will make the lines strong, and you tune them. Sing the song of the drums. Does that make sense? Sing the song of the drums. And that I can feel how there are two levels to them at least. You know, there are two levels coming into to formation. Horizontal. There we go. People who can see the lines. People who can see the lines. Your assessment, please. There we go. Little children can walk on them. Little children can walk on them. Yeah, little children. We need the vertical lines to start dropping into place. Dropping into place the vertical lines. They're just like dropping from above, like gold lines just dropping down. And I can see where they're supposed to be threaded through. It's like there are eyelets in the horizontal that are all crooked. And so I just thread through, and then we'll straighten it up. And just coming through multiple places. Threading through, making like a harp here, drawing down these strands from source above to source below, the universe starting to take shape. Continuing to thread these in. Okay, and so as we're threading them in, we're threading, like they're removing or pushing out all these other words of all these other people who tell you there's something wrong with your physical body. And they've tried and tried and tried to fix it, and they stink at it. And they're not having the like honesty or integrity to say we stink at this and we're not going to be able to do it. Instead they say, let us try again to mess you up some more. Only they don't word it quite that way. Not exactly. Let us try again to mess you up some more is what they really mean. But they don't have the grace or the courage or the dignity or the respect to say it. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We just acknowledge that and we push that out, and we're drawing these gold bars through instead.
Yes.
There we go. Drawing these gold bars through instead. Oh, it feels a lot better. What's happening? Give me some feedback.
Oh man, there's pressure in my leg and
Pressure.
And it's good.
It's the bars coming through.
Yeah.
So it's
all
the
the
bars
way.
coming
It's going
through.
all the way up.
All the way up. So it's just you see the bars coming through that weren't here before. Can you just
Right.
let them come through?
Yes.
Just bear
Yeah.
with it, okay? Bear with it.
Okay.
I have a lot of pressure in my head, and my arm is feeling very strange, and my foot and ankle
Yeah.
very
Oh,
strange,
yeah.
very strange. You just let it happen, let it happen, let it
Okay.
happen, let it happen. It's not a bad thing. It's a shift. It's a foundational shift.
Okay.
Foundational shifts feel
Yes.
weird.
Yeah.
Asking what to do, what to do, what to do. They say, why don't you follow your own advice? When I asked what to do, they said, why don't you follow your own advice? Meaning just let it happen. I love you too. I do.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
just, you know, they say it, they're just my loving friends. They're just joking around. Why don't you follow your own advice? That's a good idea.
Yeah, it's going through my knee now.
Yeah, just let it happen, let it happen, let it happen, let it happen. Shifting foundational beliefs, that's what's going on. And now I'm watching other faint lines coming into formation around those others. Okay, so they want to talk about what this void is. The void is in the understanding of how to heal a body. The void was the void in the understanding of how to heal a body. There were only these two lines going through it, and they were at weird, funky angles. Only two ways of dealing with this situation. I have a guess. Drugs and surgery.
Yep.
Yep. Those two are at funky angles. I tried to straighten them 3 times. That's not the way to go about it. We ignore those funky lines, and we
Okay.
draw in this grid. We draw in this grid. And now we start to change the foundation of life in the universe, so to speak. You see? By starting to align with the energy of the grid. And so now this whole, I only see one side right now of us is aligning with the grid. If it's important to understand, that will become clear. Right now we're just aligning this one side.
Right.
What difference does it make? If it works, it works, you see? So I'm going up and down our whole energy body, and now we've got a lot of fibers in there, a lot of strands to work with, and I'm just working with the strands, lining them up horizontally and vertically, and front to back as well, left to right, right to left, back to front, front to back, top to bottom, bottom to top. Now that feeling is starting to release. How about in your body? The pressure feeling?
It's still there, but it's moving around.
It's moving.
Wow.
I still have a lot of really weird feelings in my arm and leg.
Yes.
Weird feelings in my arm and leg.
There's
Okay.
some starting on the other ankle too.
Oh, you're ahead of me. But I feel it on the sole of my left foot, the sole of my foot. It's starting as like a crackling or a itching, almost not itching, crackling sensation on the sole of my left foot.
That's on the top
So
of my...
foundations, feet can be, there we go. So reaching underneath to the foundations of life. And now all kinds of equations are being shown, and these are from chemistry or something. They're equations that talk about the foundations of life. So we're working with, foundations of life, literally like life. What creates life?
Okay.
All right, so I understand what they're talking about. They're talking about how in the future, many years in the future, that we will understand things about healing ourselves that we don't understand now. For example, and they're showing me this one technique that I've worked with, been being trained in for a while now, of activating the stem cells to heal things, and how in 4,000 years in the future, pre-adolescents will go, well, anybody knows how to do that. and so we connect to that time 4,000 years in the future where that knowledge is anybody knows how to do that, and draw it into this foundations of life now, because right now there's no understanding of this whatsoever. If somebody would say to you, well, honey, just activate your stem cells, you wouldn't really have a good starting point for that. And so there we go, drawing that in through. There we go. So now what we're doing is not drawing in, activating your stem cells, but drawing in this foundational awareness that it's possible to do that, you see? And that is what we're drawing in, these lines underneath your feet, so to speak, underneath our feet. Something new to stand on. Something new to stand on. New truth. Which isn't new, it's just not known yet. You see? It's not known yet. Does that make sense? And now drawing that under the feet in all directions. Now my heels are feeling weird.
Oh yeah, the soles of both feet.
Soles and feet. Yeah.
And stuff's running up this side now.
Yeah, running up that side too.
Wow.
So now there's starting to be a vertical work being done there, mostly vertical, getting the vertical lines going. I still feel really weird sensations in the arm.
Right.
Okay, there's a lot of strands available now. People who can see the energy, would you agree there's a lot of strands there to work with that area that was like a dead zone before, an empty space? There's an awful lot there. Now, whatever this, and now all of a sudden my eye starts itching again. See what's there to be seen. So it's okay if I spray?
Please.
Okay, so see what isn't there to be seen. So once again, calling in what's missing, looking up to Source. Calling in what's missing, and we don't need to know what it is. We don't need to know what it is. Calling in what's missing. This is important for everybody here. Call in what's missing, what you don't know what's missing. Call in what's missing. Friends, who can relate to the feeling that something's missing and you don't even know what it is? Yes. We can all relate. We can tell something's still missing from the equation of my life. Does that make sense? And do we know what it is? No! If we knew, we would have brought it in, wouldn't we? And so now, friends, let's all open up to Source above and call in that which we're missing, the thing that we're missing, like the secret element, the secret ingredient that makes everything work. Oh. Calling in once more the secret ingredient that makes everything work. Oh, calling in once more the secret ingredient. Oh, my ears are popping. That makes everything work. That was a big shift. Congratulations.
Wow.
Calling in once more the secret ingredient that makes everything work. What's happening for you, Melissa?
Oh man, I mean, all over these things are going through all over.
They're going through all over. They're still fine.
Wow.
They're fine. And the point is that we're not, that they're coming in for you to work with, you see, for you to work with. They weren't even there before, like there wasn't anything for you to work with.
No wonder.
No wonder, right? No wonder. So now you see how many there are, right? They're everywhere. Like it's all of a sudden we're really in the mesh of life, right?
Yeah, it's going right through me.
Yes, right through me.
Wow.
Yeah, right through me. Yeah. Right? We may run a tiny bit over. Is it okay with you guys if we run a tiny bit over? Okay. Through us, around us, through us and through our lives, through us. Oh, my ears are popping.
I do.
Still a lot of weird sensations. But I don't have any pain anymore, do you?
No, it's changing.
Yeah.
Just more bubbly than it was.
Bubbly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bubbly.
effervescent.
Effervescent. Very good. So now we're just going to let those bubbles do their job. And while we're at it, we'll ask for the keepers of the grid to just make our work right. I know that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I did a fairly pathetic job. But it's looking much better now. Asking for the keepers of the grid to make our work right. The keepers of the grid to make our work right. Waiving my learner's permit. Whew. Once again, waiving my learner's permit. Did you all notice that? That I asked for them to make my work right. I asked twice. Then I waived my learner's permit, and there's another huge big shift right there, right when we just acknowledge, look, I stink at this. I'm learning. Whew. And not with beating myself up. You get that, right? There's not an ounce of beating myself up. I don't feel embarrassed about stinking at it. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There we go. It's in the head now, too.
Uh-huh.
You feel they're working in the head.
Oh,
big
yeah.
time.
Yeah. Through
Big
the sinuses
time.
and everything.
Yeah.
It tickles.
Yeah, clearing sinus. It does tickle. The bubbles tickle. And
Yeah.
they're up in the mental body, too.
Yeah.
Really tickling a lot.
Oh, wow.
So let's ask for everybody, everybody who this is appropriate for right now. May this blessing be shared with all beings throughout the universe who this would be an appropriate blessing for. We don't need to know who that is. And now we start to stabilize it. You see, drawing this way of being into yesterday and last week and last month and last year and 10,000 years ago and 100,000 years ago and 1,000,000 years ago. Oh, moving 1,000,000 years into the future in equal distance, connecting with how wonderful and stable this grid will be by then. Strong, wonderful, stable, having already been in place for 1,000,000 years already. 1,000,000 years from now, 2,000,000 years of stability creates a beautiful, drawing that into the present moment, through the present, anchoring it into the past. 10 years, 100 years, 10,000 years, 100,000 years, 1,000,000 years ago. Once more, 1,000,000 years into the future, getting much more stable now, drawing it down through the present moment and into the past, anchoring it 1,000,000 years in the past. Once more, coming into the future, 1,000,000 years, stabilizing it, drawing it down. Now we need to, the vertical alignment is incorrect, or can be improved upon, and so asking for the keepers of the grid to because I just tried to help, and I'm not having any impact whatsoever, and so I'm asking for the keepers of the grid to come. Who was that masked man? Let's do that again. Asking for the keepers of the grid.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and once more, keepers of the grid to come through with these vertical alignments. Wow. Now, knowing that there's a lot more to be done and that our time is already up, I'm just going to right now create an eternal moment, okay? And that the time for it to be done will be in a minute after the bubble closes. So dropping in the intention for healing whatever the physical pain represents. You see, healing whatever the physical pain represents, and sharing that with all beings as appropriate. And to do it a minute from now. in a divinely perfect way, adding the element of the divine, the mystery of the divine, the unknown the unknown mystery of the divine. Gently, 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 easy does it, working with the fabric of space-time, no sudden moves. Easy does it, easy does it. You can create really adverse consequences. I've watched some people think they understand how to do this, not anybody in this room, and I watch what they're doing it. It's horrendously damaging to the situation at hand. So easy does it. And the point of that is that those people aren't operating from a place of listening up. If they were truly listening up and following directions, they would know not to do that, you see? There's something else going on there, something other than listening up. How are you feeling? What's going on?
Still effervescing.
I think you're going to be effervescing for a while.
I
So
think
my strong recommendation would be that you sit out the practice.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
It's all sinking in.
It's all sinking in.
Wow.
Okay. I'm going to begin the closing process. First, I'm going to ask for this to be shared with everybody who it's appropriate to share with, to widen this. And so the group that it's appropriate to be shared with are specifically the individuals whose soul plans include working with the grid. It's in your contract, you see? It's in the contract. So who knew, right? Who knew? And so this wasn't something that you've probably ever done a darn thing with, because who knew, right? And so hence the way it was completely void, because who knew? And who's even talking about this? Who even has a frame of reference for it, you see? So now let's share it with all the other people whose soul contracts, whether or not they know it, have this in them, and therefore they're struggling terribly, mostly with physical symptoms that don't resolve, you see? Mostly with physical symptoms that don't resolve. Not always, sometimes it's other kind of life symptoms, but mostly it's physical symptoms that don't resolve. Chronic pain for decades.
Yes.
MS. This is huge in MS. Because in any dysfunction of the nervous system, because the grid is the nervous system of the universe. Anybody with MS or any nervous system dysfunction, they think it's sciatica, check the grid. They think it's MS, check the grid, etc. Nervous system. There we go. That's the bullseye. When they do that, it just means hit the bullseye. I don't know why that's the symbol, but it means bullseye.
Yes.
So let's ask for errors to be corrected and omissions to be included. They're just doing it repeatedly, like those omissions, baby. That's big. So the things that I left out that should have been included, knowing that we're working inside the constraint of a practice session where sudden moves can be fatal, so to speak. I don't know. Sudden moves can be fatal. So no rushing it, you see? It has to happen at its right pace.
Yes.
Errors corrected, omissions included, things that were done poorly to be done well, everything done well. To be done perfectly, asking for Melissa's energy, body, and mind, and all we touched, all beings who live inside this universe, and particularly all beings whose soul plan includes working with the grid, to be brought to perfect frequency and alignment and in harmony with the all that is. Once more, Melissa's energy and mine, and everyone we touch, which is all beings in the universe, and particularly everyone whose assignment includes working with the grid, to be brought to perfect pitch and balance, particularly balance between the known and the unknown, and in harmony with the all that is. Melissa and me and all we touch to be brought to perfect vibration in a full state of empowerment. We have enough to live the lives we came here to live. We are enough to be who our souls want us to be. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. So be it. So be it. So be it. I'm still holding the bubble in my hands. I'm supposed to hold that timeless bubble. Internalizing now into skin, soft tissues, nervous system, drawing this into the nervous system. For you and for me and for everybody we touch, internalizing everybody back into their focus of energy. All the physical body is the focus of energy for our true selves, you see? So drawing this in to the focus of energy for you, for me, and for all of those who don't even have bodies, drawing it back. Drawing it back right now. Archangel Michael uses his vessels to sort out the energy of the universe. Archangel Michael uses his vessels to sort out the energy of the universe. And again, Archangel Michael uses his vessels to sort out the energy of the universe. So be it, so be it. Taking the bubble of light. Oh my God, they're testing me. Like that never happens. Taking the bubble of light, expanding it. I have to trust and I have to let go of this bubble. Expanding it 1,000,000 billion times over, splitting it into individual bubbles. One for you, one for me, one for everyone we touched, everyone encased in light, drawing the bubbles down into the plan, and we are complete.